welcome. You're watching live stream. This is the one program where we want to hear your voice. We want to know what you're thinking. We want to know how you want all the challenges and questions facing us today to be addressed. Well, Tripura's new Chief Minister, Biplab Deb, who's been in the news twice in the last 2 weeks, and of course, for the wrong reasons, has done what can only be described as an encore. The 47-year-old this time took on Diana Hayden, and that really is our question of the evening. Yes, he's taken on Diana Hayden, the Miss World for the year 1997. He's launched a huge attack on the fashion industry, jeering at women who are foxed by marketing and advertisements. And that's, of course, bringing me to my question of the evening. We're just going to flash that for you. 837708, 8377 is our number there, and you need to call us and send us your thoughts. And on this, is we are asking if people really need to make responsible marks, and those making irresponsible comments, should we not be taking some sort of action? Shouldn't there be zero tolerance for it? I'm just going to flash my question there for you. Well, speaking at a program in Agartala, Mr. Deb taught everyone from the international fashion designing in Paris, the international textile and the cosmetic industry, and barbs reserved for Diana Hayden, who he said is not worthy of the crown and was merely chosen for business reasons by what he called the international fashion mafias. Why, Mr. Deb, is there no other work to focus on in your state? Over the last 2 weeks, Mr. Deb has claimed there were internet and satellite communication systems in the Mahabharat era. He stood by the claim and then said Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee needs mental treatment.
लगातार मिस वर्ल्ड मिस यूनिवर्स सब भारतवर्ष से लगातार 5 बार कोई भी जान मिल जाता, डायना हेडन को भी मिल जाता। देखो हंसता क्या बोल प्रधान सचिव जी, डायना हेडन को मिलना चाहिए था। अब वितर्क हो जाएगा क्या बोलता है बिप्लब देब। ঐশ্বর্য রায়কে পেয়েছে ঠিক আছে, ভারতীয় নারী যে সুন্দরতা তার মধ্যে দেখা যায়, কিন্তু আমি সেটাতে একমত নই। আমি সেই দুনিয়ার নই, কিন্তু ভারতীয় সুন্দরতা যাকে বলে লক্ষ্মী সরস্বতী যে রূপে আমরা দেখি, তো তার মধ্যে দূর দূর পর্যন্ত ডায়না হেডেনের রূপ আমি বুঝি না।
And we're just going to go across to Diana Hayden in just a bit. She has spoken out, said that she's absolutely shocked, and we're going to be hearing her views on this. I would imagine just taken aback like the rest of us. We're going to go across to Diana in just a bit. But before that, India is, of course, outraged as well, yet again, by the same man. This is Ratnadeep, who's sending us some views from Guwahati. Let's listen in.
We are here in Guwahati, and joining us a group of young media professionals. Nasreen, social media has gone abuzz. It's trending for the past few days, and the last comment from him on Diana Hayden really it was quite outrageous. How do young professionals see when young ministers, chief minister, a young chief minister, comes forward and makes such comments?
Of course, it is a very irresponsible statement, and it only goes to show that if men, whether they are in a powerful position or they are not, they they find it very easy to certify a woman's character or a woman's beauty standard, whether she conforms to a certain standard. They find it very easy to slot women into categories: Indian enough, not Indian enough, beautiful enough, or not beautiful enough. And I think in 2018, it is high time that such dictates are given by men who are there to certify anything.
I want to know from you, there's been a series of comments from Biplab Deb, and he's not the odd one out. There have been several ministers in other states, including union ministers, who have made some comments which do not actually go in accordance to the position they hold. This is becoming a trend. So how can the government or the parties in power stop it? Where lies the, where action has to be taken?
I think action need to be taken in the way of understanding. The statement which he made, I want to talk about that currently. The statement which he made is irrelevant, and I believe that as a youth, we are not falling in this kind of issues. We are thinking of further things, and this kind of statement is actually taking us backward.
Well, those, of course, very articulate voices. Why do we need anyone to certify anybody? And joining us now, Diana Hayden, finding herself, I'm sure, Diana, you were as surprised as the rest of us to find herself being drawn into it and as outraged. There's just so many people around the country. What were your first thoughts when you heard these comments?
Surprised is putting it very mildly. But, you know, the different angles that one can get offended by. There's so many aspects of it, actually, that you can get offended by. Let me say, personally, when somebody says that they feel I didn't deserve the Miss World title, I think they're entitled to their opinion, you know? Everyone has their preferences and their opinions, and you're entitled to it. What really gets under my skin, because I'm super passionate about this, is the fact that the comparison that's drawn, and obviously with the interviews that I've done so far, as you can imagine, there have been so many coming in, right, asking about this. The attention gets drawn to skin color, and the clear comparison apparently drawn between Ash and myself, as opposed to, you know, Manushi, who's right now the reigning Miss World, who so deserves it, and or Priyanka. So when a color issue is brought in, because we are Indian, that really, really upsets me, because I do motivational lectures, I do grooming lectures, I do corporate lectures, and the first thing I do is tell people, be confident within your skin. And I use my own story as an example, because I lacked self-confidence to an unbelievable level because of my brown skin, because I was fighting society, and I was fighting everyone who genuinely believed it around me, and myself, therefore, that lighter skin is superior and our brown skin is inferior, and, you know, their skin is better. So when you have somebody project that, that really upsets me, because I think with I'm so passionate about this that I have actually turned down offers to do fairness creams. I think with all my work that I do, if one person is weak and believes that this is the truth like I did, that really, really upsets me, because our skin color is so beautiful, and we should be so proud of it, because the rest of the world wants our skin color, and they really appreciate it. In terms of the pageants, and, you know, there's so many mistakes in the statements that have been made, because we did not win 5 titles back-to-back. And, no, we do have a current Miss World. I mean, he did say that we don't have a title holder for a long time, and the cosmetic industry is blah, blah, blah. And if you're saying that, then even Ash, who is stunning, and who is his preferred beauty queen of all of us, as we can see, she won a title too. So going by what he's saying, then all pageants are rigged, and even Ash's pageant was rigged. And I can assure you it's not rigged, because I've judged Miss World. And, you know, I mean, yeah, I can go on. What I can tell you for sure is I'm really, really upset about the color issue that comes in here, because predominantly we are brown-skinned, and we need to be proud of our skin, every single one of us.
Absolutely. You know, there's just no way that anyone can use that against us, because that really is a part of who we are. Now, Diana, there are all those people around the country, you know, who are standing up and saying that, you know, they're just outraged. They are outraged by what they are hearing. How do you feel about this kind of support?
I'm so glad. I'm so glad about it. People, as I've just heard in your interview, there are different angles that people are outraged about, and rightly so. I love the fact that people are speaking up, because it's only when we speak up that a difference gets made. It is outrageous, and it is something to be upset about.
Now, just, you know, before we let you go, I know that you're overseas. Just before we let you go, if you were to come face-to-face with Mr. Deva, you could send a message across to the Tripura Chief Minister. What would you say?
I would tell him, think before you speak, please, because you are in such a prominent position. What you say and what you, you know, be it in words, written or spoken, has such an impact. Even if it has an impact on one person, but it doesn't, it has an impact on so many more people. It's our responsibility of being in the limelight, be it politics, be it glamour, be it any field, sports or any field. It's our responsibility to think before we speak, because people are listening and paying heed.
Absolutely. Just think before you speak. And I think there should also be a zero tolerance that we should have for irresponsible statements. But Diana, Hayden, thanks so much for your time this evening. And this, of course, is the big reaction that we're getting here. Thanks very much, Diana, for your thoughts. And of course, people just coming out there and saying that this is simply unacceptable. Well, we've got our first caller of the evening. This is the caller from Agartala. Hi, thanks for calling. You want to make a point?
Yeah, hi. Thanks for giving us opportunity. Good evening to all the viewers. See, I am one among the youth representing the entire youth forum of Agartala. So, during the last year, I would say the last 6 months, this entire BJP team led by Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Narendra Modi, they put a slogan, let's change. I mean, entire youth forum, I would say the 75% of youth supported that tagline of let's change, and they, I would say, went ahead, selected BJP, given a chance for ruling the state. Now, what we see at this point, the person who is heading the state, he is spontaneously day after day making irresponsible comments. Either it can be few things. I would also salute to Diana ma'am, who has changed the scenario. I would say the way people were looking at the women, it has got changed because of the lady like Diana.
But I have to say, okay, Suman, thanks for making your point. I'm sorry to interrupt. You know, one has to say the Prime Minister spoke to his lawmakers. The Prime Minister told his lawmakers, avoid unnecessary controversy, think before you speak. But here is someone, and today he's talking about women, he's spoken about internet, you know, being there present in ancient India as well. So the Prime Minister's tried to sort of rein in people, I would imagine, like Mr. Deb, but the message is clearly not going down sort of strong enough there.